Hello everyone, in this presentation we're going to talk about women in the Baroque period. We're going to go through their traditional roles. We're also going to tackle the two most prominent women that existed in this period and talk about a little bit of their musical pieces. So what are the traditional roles for women? As you can see in the bullet points, there were very limited options for them. They could be household mothers, take care of the children, make sure the food is ready, and make sure the house is clean and organized. Another one is being a courtesan. They were high class mistresses associated with the elite, powerful, and influential man in exchange for their services such as their musical performance. Because during their younger days, they were musically trained. Some were trained to be visual artists, and some were poets with the purpose of, entertaining their clients. Another service would be engaging in political talks. Courtesans who came from wealthy backgrounds engage in social movements or social talks that would benefit them and their spouse. Despite this, they were looked down upon by the church because they also engage in sexual activities. With that being said, another choice for women was joining the convent. Women who dedicate their lives to God were seen as honorable. In this time period, nuns were encouraged to use their voice to honor God. So one of the most prominent women in this time was Chiara Margherita Cozzolani. She entered the convent of Saint Radegunda, located in Cambridge, England. She took her final vows at the age of 18. Later on, she served as an abbess, meaning she was the head of the nuns. Some of the responsibilities include receiving the vows of the or her fellow nuns, sending or assisting them to do missionary works, or sending them to study outside of the convent. She was also a prioress, meaning she was second in charge of the abbey. She served as the director of one of the two choirs and composed the Cozzolani Magnificat, which we're going to talk about in the next slide. So the Cozzolani's Magnificat is basically a text from Luke chapter 1 verses 46 to 55. The text is about Mary's declaration to be the mother of Jesus Christ. It is also about giving thanks to the Lord for the things he has done and lifting up the his humble servants. Just a little bit about the style or formatting of the song. There were two soprano soloists. There were also alto, tenor, and bass, and the song was accompanied by organ and strings. We can also hear some imitations with some parts of the text. The song varied in tempo, meaning there were fast and slow moments. Lastly, the song exemplifies the religious ecstasy of the nuns. In the sculpture, we have Saint Teresa's physical depiction of an angel stabbing her heart. In her vision, she said the experience wasn't just physical pain, but she also felt extreme sweetness, almost sensual in a way, from the great love of God. On the other hand, we have Barbara Strozzi. She participated in debates, including political and social topics. She was a hostess or mistress in ceremonies, meaning she was in charge of entertaining the guests in a place of amusement. More significantly, she was a secular artist. She was educated. She played a lute, wrote poems, composed and sang her songs. She published 8 volumes in her lifetime, which focused on the suffering of unrequited love. Also, publishing 8 volumes in her lifetime was astonishing for a woman in her period, for because she exceeded a lot of her male artists. Uh, One of the volumes was the Sleepyhead Cupid, which we're going to discuss in the next slide. So the Sleepyhead Cupid was about urging Cupid to stop being lazy and stop sleeping, so he can shoot his arrows of love. As we can see in the top image on the left, the rising lines or notes depict Cupid waking up. On the bottom image, the descending lines or notes depict the firing of his arrows. Another style in the song include the capo aria, meaning there were three sections in the song. First section being the in tonic key, second section being in minor key, and the third section being in tonic key, or basically just the repetition of the first section. So the solo voice was also accompanied by a harpsichord, or lastly, the song was homophonic, meaning there was only single melody sang by the singer and played by the instruments.